Hello and welcome back to the Mindvault Unlocked vlog. So today we're going to be looking at how to maintain patience and coping mechanisms for parents, carers and professionals during a global pandemic. There's no doubt that the coronavirus pandemic is having a huge impact on family relationships. Many of us are at home with babies, toddlers, children and teenagers. We might be balancing work and caring responsibilities and supporting our children's education. Some of us will be shielding or be very vulnerable. Some of us are managing alone with our children or co-parenting. And some of us are key workers facing the need to go to work and leaving our children either with partners or at childcare hubs. Whatever our circumstances, this period may be tough on our mental health and our relationships. Whilst there may be challenges around routines, missing social contact, staying in and behaviour, there may also be huge opportunities to get to know our children better, to learn new things together and to be together as a family. We are all spending a lot of time together at the moment. It can sometimes seem like there is only one setting for family, everyone together. However, there are lots of ways to split that time so that we are able to have quality time with everyone we have in the household, as well as with ourselves. Outside of our immediate family, we can also keep in touch with friends and relatives using the phone and the internet. Remember, it's okay to take personal alone time as a parent, carer or professional. All parents and carers need personal alone time, and it's okay to go find it and take it. If there are other adults in the household, enabling each other to have personal time is a huge gift we can give. It's especially important with babies and toddlers. Although hard, and if at all possible, try and use nap times to recharge rather than clean or work. If you have a partner at home, spending quality time together is also important. Children also need time alone, as well as time with other members of their family. If there's more than one child in the house, it can be a great fun activity to do to spend time together. Take note that each child needs their personal space too. And it might be appropriate to help your children each identify and make a space that is their own. This is hard to do in small flats, but do what you can to create a fun space. You can do this by maybe building a den on their beds. Try to keep connected with friends and family. Social time within social distancing is also important. Phone or video calls and games with friends and relatives can be a good way to keep in touch and have a different input. And letter writing for children and adults could be a nice way to surprise someone. We may need to temporarily relax rules we may have on screen time so that we can all get quality time with each other and with ourselves. There's a huge amount of free, exciting content being developed at the moment for TV and online, from virtual museum tours and theatre shows to new content on streaming platforms and new games. There's a lot out there, and that can also be really good for our mental health. As with any screen time, it's good to know what our children are watching and doing online, and to keep talking about it. Schoolwork at home is hard, and you're not a teacher. You are a parent doing your best to keep your children's brains going. The type of work and support schools have set varies between local authorities, and up until Easter there has been a lot of trial and errors. Although schools set work, it might be easier to get your children going with projects that relate to their own interests. And that's okay too. If you work at home, you'll know that the rhythm of the day can sometimes vary. And what you can achieve also varies, and that some days you have to cut yourself some slack and do something else. It's the same with supporting schoolwork at home. Try and define a couple of sessions in the day for primary age children, and for secondary age children, you can encourage a longer session of study. Perhaps sharing some of your own tips if you're working from home could be fun too. Go easy and encourage them to share their worries and their disappointments. It's important that we are able to find ways to recognise and address stress we are all feeling, both in relation to parenting and in relation to work, family, and other challenges. It can seem counterintuitive or impossible to make time for yourself, to think about yourself, or practice self-care at the moment, but this is the time when you need it most, and it can be very easy to judge ourselves as parents based on what other people are doing, and also what we aren't doing, on what people post on social media, or through a lens of what we don't have or can't offer. It's really important to cut ourselves some slack. Right now, today, you are giving your best to you and your children, and hopefully there's enough left for you. If there isn't, you need to find a way to replenish yourself. At the first sign of misbehaviour, try and divert onto something else, suggesting a game, a call with a relative, or your walk if you haven't been out yet for your daily movement. If redirecting doesn't work and you can feel your temper fraying, try to take a 10-second pause. Take a few deep breaths and come back to the situation in a calmer frame of mind. Parenting expert Sarah Oxwell Smith recommends the PETA to help. P, pause, don't react immediately. E, empathise, try to understand how your child is or was feeling and their point of view. T, think. Think about different ways you could respond and what would happen as a result. E, exhale. Take a deep breath and breathe out. Relax your shoulders and picture your anger leaving. R, respond. Now is the time to respond to your child and not before. It's great if you could acknowledge the emotion, showing that you understand how they're feeling, that it is a reasonable reaction to a strange situation, and that even so, it needs to change. In summary, each and every one of us are trying our very, very best. Stay calm, have patience, and most importantly, ensure that you are spending time on yourself. Remember, children look up to us. Let's be the role models they deserve. Peace and love to you all.